So I'm just doing a little bit of admin here. Sorry for the constantly clearing my throat. Used to be like almost bronchitis. All right, so now we switched it over. So the receiver has not become the giver, and the giver has not become the receiver. I'm doing this live. I always do my streams lives, my tutorial streams live, so that people can see real time how long it takes. It's not a edited thing. They can see the mistakes I make. It's realistic. I don't remove anything from them. Can you hear me clear my voice? Oh, that's great. That's not where I wanted to spawn. So I have a question here. It says, "Yo, know how to get your jet in a hangar?" It depends what jet. So basically, the best way to get a jet in a hangar is to make sure your hangar is full, even storage is full. And that, like, the everything inside of your hangar is out, so there's no spots that are available. And then you could do gift card to friends glitch. You have to land the jet at the spot. It's gonna blow you up inside your MOC. Or if you're stuck at your MOC, you get your friend to invite you to their CEO, and then that'll kick you out because it returns your MOC. Then you request your jet from your MOC, and you have to fly it inside of your hangar. And then sometimes you end up with an infinite black screen, so you gotta constantly keep trying to fly it inside of your hangar. You gotta, turn off your PS5, delete history, all kinds of stuff. I don't enjoy doing jets. I don't recommend you do them. This is a high-level summary. And so that's the last question I'll answer about jets. Hope it helped. Alright, so giving cars to friends glitch, it's still working, it's not patched. Let's go over all of the settings you need. Number one setting is you need to make sure that you are friends in PSN. That's the friends part of give cars to friends glitch. Secondly, you need to make sure that under Blue Interaction menu, manage vehicles, vehicle preference, vehicle access is everyone, and then service vehicles, mobile operations center. Cab access everyone. Those are the settings. Now the next settings is you need to go to settings, actual settings. So you go into the pause menu, and you go towards settings, and then under display you need to either be fidelity or performance RT. doesn't matter as long as you're both on the same display settings. JKLFH, did that answer your question? All right. Now, the previous video, I go really in detail of all the things you need to purchase. So we're going to go into a little bit more of a high-level summary. If you really want a more detail and more like explanation, go to the other stream that I just did today. But essentially, what you need in terms of, we're going to go over settings, businesses, and vehicles, and then the process. So the next thing would be businesses. In order for the glitch to work, you go to money and services in your mobile app, Dynasty Executive, and then you have to get an office. If you already have an office, you don't need another one. You can both have the same office, it doesn't matter. In this glitch, you can have the same everything, the same businesses, everything. So having the same businesses or the same buildings won't make a difference. So you gotta buy an office. Once you buy an office, that's it. Inside of your office, secondly, the next business you need to do is you need to go inside of your office. I'm not gonna go in detail here. I'm not gonna go into the offices, but you need to go into your office. Actually, I will. I'll just show you. This will be another in-depth guide. What I'm doing is I'm teleporting. In order to teleport, what you need to do is in your game hub, you need to look for Anahuac 1P5 and 10P5. Your game hub is one of the apps. When you press the PS5 black button, it's one of the apps. It's got like 2 people on it, a circle. Go to game hub, and the first thing you have as an option is to search for people. So you search for Anahuac, ANAWACK 1P5. Once you find them, you send them a chat message like hello, and then you'll have 3 little dots in the chat to set them as your favorite. So you do that. You select them and set them as your favorite. You do the same thing for Anahuac 1P5 and Anahuac 10P5. And then what you do after that is when you go into your game hub and you go into the chats, you'll notice that they're pinned at the top. So you'll always see them at the top. And the reason you want to have them pinned is because in order to teleport, you're going to use Anahuac 1P5 and 10P5. So in order to teleport, you need to go into your blue interaction menu. You go to preferences and then map lib options. So blue interaction menu, go to preferences, map lib options, and under series mode you set them all to custom and you make sure they all show. Contact missions, you set them all to custom and you make sure that they all show. Jobs, you set them all to custom and you make sure that they all show. Activities, you set them all to custom and you make sure that they all show. You see a pattern. Rival gameplay, set them all to custom and you make sure that they all show. Properties, set them all to custom, you make sure that they all show. Stores, set them all to custom, make sure that they all show. Events, you set them all to custom and you make sure that they all show. And that's it. You gotta have an under hide. Alright. And in order to teleport, so I'm gonna do the teleport section now, is you go hover over a blue job. Try to avoid the ones with the car on it, but it doesn't matter. You hover over blue job, and then what you'll notice is it'll stay start job square. You start the job, press OK, and then you go into your game hub into your chats where you pinned Anahuac 1P5 and 10P5. You go to view members. You go into the chat with one of the Anahuacs. go to View Members, you select on ANOAC, and then you join their session. For ANOAC 1P5, you accept the first alert, decline the second alert, accept the third alert. And for ANOAC 10P5, you only have the option to accept all the alerts.
You thought about giving me some shares,
the difference
boss?
between
There's
the two
the boss.
ANOACs is ANOAC 1P5, it teleports just slightly faster, and ANOAC 10P5 is slower, but if you have a car open, like available out, you'll teleport with your vehicle. So that could be a benefit, teleporting with your vehicle. Especially like if you need to go across the map. And this only works when you're not doing an activity. Alright, that's for teleporting. Next part is you go into your CEO, you're going to go purchase the next property. The next property you're going to purchase is going to be inside of the CEO. You go to the computer and you purchase the middle property. If you can't purchase this just yet, you got to do the mission in order to purchase it. So you go to purchase vehicle cargo. So that's property number 2. Property number 3 is a bunker. So you go to Maze Bank foreclosures in your app, and you select bunkers, and you buy any bunker. Any bunker you like. If you already have a bunker, you don't need to do this, but obviously this is for those. I'm just telling the settings. Alright, those are the properties you need to buy. So you got an office, vehicle warehouse, and bunkers. Now we're going to go through the vehicles you need to buy. You need to buy at least one of mobile operations center. Now this very specific stream is for people who want to do both giving and receiving. I would recommend to do both because it sucks to be one of those people who only does one of the two. Alright, so you buy a mobile you go to Warsaw Cash and Carry and you buy a mobile operations center, which is the 4th banner at the beginning, the bottom right. And on top of that, Bay 3 absolutely needs to be personal vehicle storage, as you see on your screen. If you don't have personal vehicle storage, this won't work. And if you're not sure if you have it, double check by going to Warsaw Cash and Carry, go to Mobile Operations Center, and check what you have on Bay 3. And finally, the last vehicle you need to do if you want to do both gift card friends glitch and receive gift cards from your friends is get a vehicle that's part of the import-export DLC, and again found in the Warsaw Cash and Carry. And I'm going to show you something first. You'll notice there's a circle with a little head there, and there's a number 2. That's the number of passengers that vehicle can hold, the maximum number of passengers. You need a minimum of 3 on that number for any of the vehicles you purchase throughout this glitch. Whether it's your donor vehicle, whether it's your special vehicle for the vehicle warehouse. So the import-export vehicles, these vehicles are the ones that go into your vehicle warehouse. So you have and in order for the glitch to work, it has to be any vehicle that's 2 or more on the little circle silhouette. So you have the Ramp Buggy, Phantom Wedge, Technical Aqua, again part of the import-export. If it's anything else, it won't work. Wastelander, Armored Boxville. You have the Rocket Voltic and the Runer. So Ramp Buggy, Phantom Wedge, Technical Aqua, Armored Boxville, Wastelander, Runer, and Rocket Voltic. There's one that you can't use. I'm not even going to mention it because it's got if you look at the silhouette, it's got a number 1, and it's the 4-wheeler. Alright, so you're ready to give and receive cars. So at this point, we're going to go to the we're going to go through the process. Number one part of the process is the person who's giving the car does pretty much all the work. The one receiving the car, the best thing they can do is to like avoid any kind of conflict, any kind of war, any kind of issues. So the person who is giving the vehicle, we're going to go to their vehicle warehouse. The other person can just stand still, don't move. So the person giving the vehicle, it's your vehicle warehouse that you need to go to. But the other person, don't tell them to come over because they might they might bring police problems or gang problems. So have them wait for you.
What you need,
Have
boss?
them wait
Some
for
wheels?
you to
I
invite
can
them
bring
into
them
your
around.
vehicle warehouse.
I'll get there as soon as I can.
I'm transferring fireballs from the scout. Then I have to go. So I'm going to do one, then I'm going to head out. So I'm taking out already the car that I'm going to be gifting. To make it easier for me, because it's under my personal vehicles. The managed vehicles could be my personal vehicle. So it's going to be easier for the person giving the car to already have the car they're giving out as their personal vehicle. Alright, so the receivers kind of just hang around, just standing still, out of trouble. And now the person who's going to be giving the vehicle invites them to their CEO from inside their vehicle warehouse. And the person who's receiving will accept that. Accidentally accepted a job instead of the CEO. Try again. So the person inside their vehicle warehouse sends an invite to the receiver, and then they invite him inside their vehicle warehouse. And this will avoid all kinds of issues of somebody coming to your vehicle warehouse, bumping into a gang member, creating police activity, all that crap. Once they're inside the vehicle warehouse, either retire from CEO or the receiver leaves the CEO, and then the receiver requests their mobile operations center through service vehicles, mobile operations center, request mobile operations center. And then they tell the giver where that vehicle spawns, and then the giver goes and picks it up. Now the giver picking up the MOC is really useful because if you learn how to teleport, you can get there really fast to the MOC. If the receiver tries to teleport, the MOC disappears, so that's not an option. Alright, so the gifter goes and picks up the MOC. Now this vehicle warehouse is a little bit different, and that's why I wanted to do a video on this vehicle warehouse as well, so that people who don't have a clear blue circle right in front garage door can understand how to find their spot where this will work. So this is the spot for this vehicle warehouse, but it gives you an idea around how to find a spot for you in your vehicle warehouse. You have a funny vehicle warehouse without a blue circle in front of the garage door. Gift trickles picks up the MOC. because the gifter knows their vehicle warehouse best. They know exactly where to park these things and how to park them to avoid traffic jams, to avoid police issues, gang wars. That's why it's the gifter that goes and does this part. And then the receiver checks in the back of the MOC to make sure that there's a donor vehicle. So you're going to need to put, to get a donor vehicle, a vehicle that is sacrificed for the car you're going to receive. So this car is going to disappear. If I had a car here that I didn't want to disappear, I would need to replace it with a donor vehicle. And a lot of times people go into Legendary Motorsports and they might get an elegy if it's free for them. Whatever is the cheapest car. See, it's free. Get an elegy. Get a motorcycle if you have any that are free, or you can get a cheap one. You can get, so this is Southern San Andreas and Legendary Motorsport. You can get a free car there or a cheap car. What you want to do is you never want to like buy the car on top of a car that you have in the MOC, because if you don't want to lose that car, if you do that, it's going to delete the car. So you need to store the vehicle you want, the donor vehicle, in the garage where you want your, in a garage that's empty. And then you're going to request it from your mechanic and drive it into the MOC so that the vehicle you want doesn't get deleted. Alright, so from here, I have a donor vehicle. I invite the giver into my MOC. The giver goes into the passengers section of the vehicle. I say that because it could be a motorcycle, so it has to be the passenger. The receiver has to go, has to drive towards the back of the MOC, and the giver goes into the pause menu. Pause menu is this. The receiver heads towards the blue circle, and as soon as it says press right on D-pad to store a vehicle into your mobile operations center, press it, the receiver presses it one time hard. It kicks out the gifter, and then the receiver backs away from the blue circle, far away, and then parks the vehicle somewhere away from traffic. Close by, but away from traffic. At this point, the receiver waits because they need to get an invite to the CEO. The gifter invites the receiver to the CEO, and the gifter goes and requests a special vehicle, but one of them that's from the vehicle warehouse, the import-export vehicles we just spoke about earlier. The heck? Hopefully that didn't mess up the glitch. So the special vehicle here that I have for the vehicle warehouse is the ramp buggy.
You fucking putos are pissing me off.
A lot of gangs in this area, so drive carefully. If you bump into one of them, start a gang war, this will impact the glitch. Alright, so then the receiver goes ahead and gets into the passenger side of the special vehicle. The gifter drives, and you'll notice in this garage, the circle, the blue circle is at a different door. So it's not like I can cover it. So what I need to do is I had to find out what spot would have the same effect. The effect that you want is that when you close as the receiver, when you hit the spot, you close the blue interaction menu, it doesn't suck you into the garage. But it's not so far away that it actually is in the spot that would actually bring you into the garage. So for me, for this particular garage, this is the spot where I need to hit the garage. At this point, the receiver opens up their blue interaction menu, I close the giver closes their blue interaction menu. The receiver leaves the CEO. And then the receiver requests their MOC. And then sends the location of where the MOC spawned, and then the gifter goes and picks it up. And never return the special vehicle. Leave the special vehicle out. Do not return it, otherwise the glitch won't work. That's a very important part of it. You don't return the vehicle until your friend's glitched out. The special vehicle needs to stay out. Alright, so now I go and pick up the MOC and bring it back. Hey, the ruler. Right after this, I gotta go. I'm not sure how to save vehicle when you don't have time. You gotta just go, once you receive it, you gotta run. So the gifter will go and pick up the MOC, and then the receiver just stays there. They could have their map open in case the gifter's having trouble finding their MOC, but you need to keep track of where they are.
Is this for real?
So the gifter parks the MOC in the right spots near the vehicle warehouse. And they can stay sitting in the driver's side. There's no need to go run behind the MOC or anything, just stay in the driver's. And then the receiver will run in the back. When they're close enough to the blue circle, they press down on the D-pad, select a character, and press circle. When they see the notification that says, "Are you sure you want to quit this session?" Progress will be automatically saved. No, circle. Walk towards the blue circle, enter alone. And then the receiver will see a completely black screen. And then the gifter goes to the spot, which I will show once I'm there. Remember that the ramp buggy, the special vehicle from the vehicle warehouse, is still out. That's really important. So I've teleported with NOAC 10P5, so you can see that I actually teleported with my vehicle. It's right there. Only when I'm here do I return the vehicle, personal storage, and then go to manage vehicle, request the vehicle that I want to gift. And then once it's there, I tell the person who's receiving, they press down on the D-pad and then select a character in their mind with the right joystick, let go of both at the same time, look around a little bit, and run towards the vehicle they're going to receive. So they're in like an out-of-body experience. Meanwhile, the gifter has gone to this spot. So if you look from the arena more, right, go straight up from the arena. You'll almost hit the Eclipse Boulevard garage, which is the white garage. And then you go down one street, and then to the right of that, in front of the hair salon, like across from the hair salon, is a spot. And the gifter can see that they're at the Go Postal. This is where you spawn the vehicles and then drop them around the street here.
Hello?
Anywhere in this circle. And then the receiver, when they unglitch and they're in that weird stage, they look around and they find the vehicle and they press triangle to get into the vehicle, and they'll appear in their MOC. I don't have time to do anything else. I will invite my other character inside of the MOC. And basically, as the receiver, if you want to save your vehicle and you just gotta go, you can't just leave. If I left right now, my car would be gone. It'd get deleted. So I need to drive out and then drive back into the MOC. And now it's completely saved. Now it's saved as mine, stored to my own MOC. Now I'm just gonna put a donor vehicle in the back. So I have a donor vehicle in a garage, Vinewood Boulevard 1, level 1. I'm gonna bring it out through my mechanic. And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna drive this on the back of the MOC, and the vehicle that's in the MOC is gonna take its place in Vinewood Club Garage. And then this is an easy way to store the vehicles into the garage you want, and to then also have a new donor vehicle inside of your MOC. And then we were ready to do back-to-back gift card to friends glitch.